Hey YouTube, this is Wheelchair21, and I'm doing a video response to getting to know a Dragon Ball Z fan, or just Dragon Ball in general. And hey, let me just start off real fast. The first question is, how long have you been a Dragon Ball fan? Well, I'd probably have to say 8 years at least, maybe 9. I'm gonna say at least 8.5. And it started back in 3rd grade and such, but I don't really know how to evolve on that, since there are other questions relating to when it started and how it became for me as a fan. So the second question is my earliest Dragon Ball memory. That's hard for me because I can remember my earliest one was that I really never liked the show, but that was back when it was being aired on, like, Cartoon Network. Not Cartoon Network, it was being aired on Channel 11 during their early morning anime block, which was, like, Sailor Moon, Voltron, and such. It was, like, pretty much a rip-off of Toonami. Hell, it probably was Toonami on Channel 11, and I didn't even know it because I was, like, 5 and 4. I don't really remember why I hated Dragon Ball at the time. I think it was just that the animation back then, to me, seemed kind of poorer than the stuff that I watched, or just didn't really excite me because, well, I never really liked the Saiyan Saga to begin with, except for, like, the Vegeta versus Goku episodes. But my earliest main memory was when I first started really watching was Piccolo versus Cell for the first time. And that's one that I can remember is as, like, one of my earliest moments as being a Dragon Ball fan, I gotta say. Number 3 is, who's your favorite character? Well, Goku's, like, the cliche of them all, because he's the badass who just kept evolving as the show digressed. And, well, mostly my favorite characters, other than Goku, usually were, like, Trunks as, like, future Trunks, Piccolo, because he's a Namekian badass who was originally spawned of an eviler version of himself, and that, and Vegeta. So pretty much Trunks, Vegeta, Piccolo. I mean, I'd like to say Brawly because he's just, like, this giant badass, but we only see him for, like, 3 movies and really nothing other than that. So roughly Vegeta and Piccolo. I can't really expand because pretty much everyone knows why Vegeta is well liked, because he's a giant dick, but he's a cool dick. And yeah, also I like, well, because of his American voice, just it was perfect for Christopher Sabat to be voicing Vegeta. That's all I gotta say, is that it's, like, one of the best, I should say. My most prized possession, that's really hard because I don't believe I really have a prized possession of Dragon Ball items, except for maybe, like, the old, like, crappy made, like, their US versions of, like, an SHF anime thing. The Jack Pacific, like, statues. I have, like, a Vegeta, Battle Damage Vegeta from the Cooler's Return, Battle Damage Goku from Cooler's Revenge, and the Cooler's Revenge figures. Those were, like, some of my favorites and most prized, I'd guess. But maybe, like, my biggest prize is, like, my Dragon Ball Z card collection. I don't know why, but it is. Next question is, where am I from? I'm from the United States, and I'm located in New York, in this area. The school area is called the Rondout Valley District, and I live in its Kerhonkson section. It's really a town where everybody knows everybody, so there's not much going on. Out of Dragon Ball, what do I do with my life? Well, not much, really. I just do fanfic, watch a lot of videos, watch a lot of tokusatsu. Pretty much anything that deals with Japanese culture, I'm, like, really into that. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, as I'm gonna show. It's one of the biggest things in my life that has affected my life, continuously. And let me show you one of my favorite possessions of Godzilla. That one right there. It's the Toys R Us, like, foot tall ones. That one's the Final Wars figurine, and right behind it, which you can't see, is the Mecha Godzilla from Godzilla X Mecha Godzilla and Tokyo SOS. And then up on my shelf here behind the Intercontinental title are the smaller editions for the Final Wars series, and as you can see is Brawly and a few little Godzilla figurines blocking the title. Other than that, really my life is just dealing with, oh crap, it's still on Zoom, let me zoom out, but mostly is my life is dealing in just Japanese culture and other stuff, and that I'm also disabled, but most of you guys on the Ustream chat for CS Toys and on my YouTube page already probably know that. The next question is, what was the origin of my YouTube name? It's quite obvious. I'm in a wheelchair, and my lucky number was always 21, just for some reason. Like, I was usually, like, if I was, like, picked on a thing, it was, like, 21, 21. Or, like, just on days, ironically, it was 21. So, I think that's kind of interesting. I guess luck happens in 21s for me. Or, hey, let me just show you my wheelchair. It's pretty badass. There it is. As you can see, my wheelchair. Part of the bars from my hospital bed makeshift thing that I made. Yeah, but that's about it. But other than that, it's like, whose videos do I watch? Mostly ShukuenShinobi's. Brian's. I don't really watch anyone else's unless it, like, really is, like, maybe clips from episodes and such. And now another question is, what's my favorite saga? It's most likely going to be Cell, and, like, everything from Cell after is, like, my favorite saga. I don't know why, it's just, that's when I got into it, and that's when I really got, I don't know, become a diehard fan of the show. And then if I could be any Dragon Ball Z character, it would probably have to be a cross between Vegeta, Goku, and Brawly, just because I want power. I enjoy it. It's interesting having power. And there was a other bonus question I just read on this. It's which audio do I prefer? English dub and English sound, or Japanese voices and Japanese background music? And I don't know. I gotta say, Japanese audio I really did not like. The music, it's enjoyable, I like it, but growing up, I'm gonna say everything US at least, because I just like all the music that was used, and that's about it. I enjoyed doing this review, or at least this response, and I hope you guys enjoy my response to DosmRider's blog. So, this is Wheelchair 21, and I'll get back to you guys later. Bye.